Journalist, who's joined us as well, and Lata joins in to take us through that. Lata.
Yes, thank you very much, Sumaira. Mr. Harish Salve, the senior advocate, now joins us. Mr. Salve, demonetization has been done before. Would the petitioner stand a chance?
Well, you never know which way laws are construed and interpreted, but speaking for myself, I don't think it's much of a case.
Okay, well, Mr.
There is a power.
Sorry.
What is lawful currency is what is notified under the law by the Reserve Bank. And the power to notify includes the power to withdraw notification. What the government has done is it has demonetized one set of notes and substituted with some other kind of currency. The argument about the other point being run, which is the point of what they call expropriation. There is no expropriation. If you are asked to put your money in a bank and say you're free to use your money the way you like, I don't consider that expropriation.
Okay, well, Mr. Sibal's argument also appears to be that he's questioning the legality of preventing the withdrawal of savings. His point appears to be that there's no provision under the RBI Act to place restrictions on withdrawals. In the previous demonetization, we didn't have a restriction on withdrawals.
Well, there is a power under the RBI Act to give such directions to the bank as may be necessary in public interest. So that power is sufficient to tell the banks, now that the money is with you, do not permit withdrawal. It's a direction to the bank, it's not a direction to an individual.
Then why would you think the Supreme Court even permitted to hear it?
These are all, this is one point of view. The other point of view is what Mr. Sibal is standing for. So let's see which way it goes.
What's your own view, Mr. Salve, not just about the constitutionality, but about the economic and political sense behind this move?
See, the economic sense as a measure is absolutely it is something beyond any controversy. In fact,
Yes.
I don't think anybody has said that this is anything but superb idea.
So the question appears to be whether the near-term gain near-term pain outweighs the longer-term gain.
See, the long-term gain. What is the long-term gain? If you can dent for 6-8 months, you regroup our forces. If you can dent terrorism, if you can dent unrest, if you can dent political corruption even for 6 months or a year, and then set proper systems in place. See, this is the beginning. This is not the end. We now have to fix what creates corruption. We have to now fix what creates black money.
So what would, according to you, what should the follow-through steps be in that case? Should this have been the first step? Should it have been first legalizing political contributions to political parties?
Three big steps. Political funding is the elephant in the room, is nobody wants to talk about.
Which is?
Political funding.
Contributions, yeah. Okay.
No, contributions is one machinery
Funding.
for political funding. State funding, public corporate funding. A, transparency. B, to what extent can the state take over? For example, state can take over without incurring any expenditure, really. They can have TV channels to whom they give permission to broadcast and be asked to dedicate some time to debates like you have in the US. And so on. There are so many different ways. You have to address the elephant in the room. Nobody wants to talk about this.
Okay. So unless political funding is answered, would you say that this is going to be a measure that will have only a short-term gain, because fresh black money will have to be created because there is a source which needs it?
Unless the pressures for black money. See, black money is created partly by greed and partly by necessity. Let's at least address the necessity. The second is we need wholesale administrative reform, including realistic salaries for those in places of power. You give a policeman the power to arrest somebody and pay him a salary which is a pittance. What do you expect him to be, a Mahatma Gandhi? So, this kind of thing has to be addressed. Otherwise, you're only regurgitating corruption. So we have to now talk about all these big black elephants in the room.
Okay, and I guess stamp duty on real estate would be another on your mind?
I mean, there are so many things which we have to do. Real estate is the third big elephant in the room, which we have to all talk about. I mean, we are talking about real estate. But again, it comes back to the same thing of where do we generate the black money? If real estate was the destination of funds of corruption,
so
why do we need?
Yeah. So let us assume that, on 31st December, we have got a set of maybe 2 lakh, 3 lakh crore cleaned out and destroyed. Is there anything in the scheme of things now to prevent fresh generation? Or are you saying that exactly the 3 steps you are talking about, or the 3 elephants in the room that you're talking about,
See, not
need to be tackled, or you will end up generating
I,
again?
I think the shock and awe of this measure will last for a while.
Okay.
And that's when we have to, and that's what the Prime Minister, the Prime Minister has been announcing that this is the beginning.
Yep.
There is more to come. But more to come partly by way of tightening, but partly also by way of fixing the causes.
Okay. I'll tell you of another step that is doing the rounds in financial circles, that there could be a tax on withdrawal of cash. Now all our money is with the banks. If withdrawal over, say, 1 lakh or 50,000 is taxed, then probably you will disincentivize cash. Does that look like a feasible step to you?
See, the decentralizing cash is a good step. These are things which run on parallel tracks. One is you have to move towards the cashless economy. So the part of the mindset which we have, and I've been watching TV programs, they asked, for example, in a wedding arrangement scenario, the flicking channel when I saw that, they asked someone who is the caterer, the neighborhood caterer.
Yeah.
And he says, no, I do business in cash. He said, do you have a bank account? He says, yes. He says, why don't you use your bank account now? He says, yeah, I can. But, no, I think cash is better. No, that's a mindset issue. It's neither a
No, it may not be a
nor
mindset. It's a very good
issue.
commercial choice, isn't it? No income tax, no service tax,
Exactly.
no merchant discount rate.
Exactly. So it's a mindset issue. Why should we take that?
Okay.
That mindset has to be addressed.
All right. Actually, let me come to end where we began. Actually, you can the demonetization issue in the Supreme Court be challenged as an inconvenience problem? Would that stand?
Inconvenience may result in the court giving some directions to address the inconvenience, as long as it doesn't affect the fundamental decision to demonetize.
Well, fundamental right to carry on your profession as a trucker for 1 whole month, 2 months, 3 months.
Yeah, nobody has a fundamental right to carry on a business with black money.
No, not black money. The sheer ability to carry on the business may have been impeded by the inability to withdraw money. So will that stand in the court?
That's a reasonable restriction in public interest.
Okay.
And that's the exception available.
Okay. All right. I guess the government should engage your services, sir. Thank you very much.
They're very fine lawyers.
Okay, actually, since we have you with us, can I just indulge for a bit more, sir? We understand that the government is also contemplating adding a clause, Section 115BEE, to the Income Tax Act, so as to be able to tax the unexplained income, which they believe will be declared through the deposits that are coming in. They want to tax 45% plus a 15% penalty, plus ask the citizen concerned to deposit 25% in zero coupon bonds. This is an exclusive which CNBC TV18 got from government sources. Does this look like a good scheme and legally tenable?
I think it's a very sensible idea. See, otherwise what will happen is the person who has deposited money and you treat it as unexplained income, you tax it at 30% flat rate, plus penalize, plus prosecute. Now, instead of doing all that, this is like a second amnesty, saying all right, you pay sufficiently and you get off the hook. So that may be a good idea.